Welcome to Full Throttle, where we sit down with the women shaping business, industries, and culture to talk about what really drives them. Eddie, ready to go full throttle?
I'm so ready.
Okay, we'll start with some super quick questions.
Ooh.
Ice latte, matcha, or hot water with lemon? What's your morning personality?
Oh, ice latte.
Love it.
Yeah.
Pick one.
Okay.
Sauna, ocean dip, or 10-minute breath reset?
I mean, 10-minute breath reset. Obviously,
right
I
answer.
can't not say that. Imagine if I was like, I hate breathwork. 10-minute breath reset. Breathwork.
Okay, love it. Your most chaotic wellness purchase?
Oh. Ooh. Honestly, I buy like every single wellness app on there.
If you could guide a breathwork session for anyone, who's on the mat?
Ooh. I mean, I would love to do one for like Margot Robbie because I'm just obsessed with her.
Because she's hot.
She's so beautiful. I would love to do one for her. Yes.
Breathwork cliche you'll defend forever and one you'll happily ban?
Breathwork cliche. Well, just the fact that it like changes your life.
Yeah.
That's not a cliche, but
No,
it's like it does. Just do it and it will help.
Okay.
And one that I would ban. Look, I don't love when people go like, this is about trauma release and rah.
Yeah.
I'm like, settle down. Settle down.
Yeah.
I think it gets a bit, just relax.
Yep.
Yeah. There's a
true.
way and safety and words and how you speak and how you're holding space and what you're saying is very important and powerful. So just don't give me all this weird. Just be careful of what you say when you're talking about breathwork,
true.
you know? Yeah.
True, there is lots of misconception. I know that when I first heard of breathwork,
Yeah.
it's exactly what I understood it to be.
Yeah, and everyone goes, oh, that's weird. That's scary. And it's like, oh, no. Let's get that down and then come in and then they go, that's something so different.
Yeah.
At least what I'm doing.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
there is that real education piece. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Let's get into the hot take. So I'm going to ask you questions
Okay.
about hot topics.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we know that breathwork has become part of this new wave of somatic healing and
Yes.
nervous system literacy.
Totally.
Why do you think that's cutting through right now? What's changed?
I think everyone is waking up a little bit and realizing that they would probably like to live and feel a little bit differently.
Mm-hmm.
And we're realizing those words, nervous system reset and somatic healing, we're realizing how quickly it works and how quickly we're feeling the shift, more so than like talk therapy, more so than other things. And so people are going, oh wow, this stuff really works. I want to keep going with it. But I think a shift ever since after COVID of like, I don't want to feel so shit, so anxious and so in fight or flight and on auto. Like I want something more for my life. And so I think when I've kind of been in everyone's faces of like, do breath work, everyone goes, oh, this works. That's relatable. She had a really shitty life and now she has a really nice life, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously there's more to it, but that would be probably my first initial answer.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Let's get into that.
Yeah.
What made you go into breathwork? What piqued your interest?
Yeah. It was, so I had tried so many beautiful like healing modalities like EFT and meditation and journaling and gratitude and affirmations. Like honestly, anything you can think of, I absolutely tried it. But you know, those buzzwords of like manifestation, positive thinking, I was doing all of those things, but nothing was really like, it wasn't really working for me. Like I sort of was just trying so much stuff. And then breathwork sort of so organically and beautifully came into my life through my dad. And he was like, I think you should try this. And I was like, okay. And I did it without knowing anything about it.
Was he already practicing?
He was practicing. He did it for like 3-4 days and he was doing like a little 10-minute reset.
Yeah.
He was like, Ed, I think you should give this a go. And I was like, I've got my yoga and my meditation. But like I was so surface, like it was working, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't in here. I was still up here, you know, which I think so many of us are in here. Right?
For
yeah.
sure.
Anyway, and then I practiced that session and it was truly so profound and so crazy. Like I remember looking at my hands. I've got the video of it. I should send it to you.
Yeah.
I was looking at my hands and I was just crying and I was like, wow, I've never felt so connected to my body in my life. Like, why the fuck aren't people doing this? What the hell? And then started to become really obsessed. And then, just that practice consistently is when things, really big things and then really small things started to change. Things that I never thought I would be able to like get rid of.
Yeah. And did things surface as a result of that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, you know, how I like to describe it to like my clients is like, I think a lot of us are walking around, and hopefully if you've got that level of awareness, sort of being like, why am I the way I am? Like, why am I like drinking so heavily every weekend? Why am I doing so many drugs? Why do I have such control over my food? Why do I have such control over my exercise? Why am I a bit of a bitch? Why am I so angry? All these things. You want to ask yourself, like, why am I the way I am? And hopefully you can get to that point in this life to ask yourself those questions. And when we ask ourselves those questions and we decide to go a little bit deeper, we realize all of that stuff is sitting in our body, right? And so breathwork, somatic, when we allow ourselves to drop out of our minds and into our hearts, into our bodies, crazy stuff happens. Crazy stuff. Things that you thought you dealt with. And then they come up and you're like, whether it's memories or visual things or whether it's just body is shaking, whether you're crying. It's so cool. Painful and confronting, but like very healing and can change your life.
Absolutely.
You know?
And I guess there is that element of self-awareness.
Yes.
So would you say that's a barrier for people getting into breathwork? I mean, if you don't have that, then is there a way to actually realize that it would be beneficial for you?
Yeah, so true. I love that question. It's so true. And I think that is the first step, is like you have to have a little bit of awareness of like why you are the way you are, or like what's working, what's not working.
Yeah.
And again, hopefully we can get to a point where we do have some self-awareness, you know, like why am I waking up feeling so anxious? Like what is that in my body? Like why, you know? And I believe there is a root cause for absolutely everything, whether it's feeling really anxious or whether it's having, you know, maybe some interesting family dynamics, like whether it's generational trauma, ancestral trauma, like there's so much, and I believe everything has a reason, but a lot of us are distracting ourselves and running away from that discomfort, running away from that pain, which works immediately until it starts to pile up more and more, and then, you know, maybe something happens, you get sick or someone says something and it triggers you. Like, awareness is the first step. Once you have the awareness, and it's taking action to go a little bit deeper and working, like trying to like get to know yourself like a little mind map.
For sure.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's very powerful.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And so how do you see the tension between wellness's performance versus wellness's actual presence and embodiment?
I live in the eastern suburbs of Sydney. I don't know if you know.
I do.
I work in Bondi. I can see the difference because I am like connected to my body and like to think I have pretty trustworthy energy. Yeah. So I can lean in and to feel when perhaps someone's a bit performative and maybe it's not like real, but also there's like a resonance, like there's an energy, like I can tell if you're full of shit with what you're saying. Do you know what I mean? Because it's either gonna make me go, ooh, I don't trust that person, I don't like that feeling, or I'm gonna lean in and be like, wow, I love what Zoe's saying, that's so cool, it's so interesting, because authenticity and truth has a resonance, it has a feeling. So many people feel so safe in my breathwork sessions because they can trust my energy and trust what it is that I'm perhaps trying to cultivate for them or hold space for them. Whereas like other people can try other sessions and be like, oh, like I felt safe, but I wasn't able to go there. And like, that's okay. Like, again, getting a little woo, everything is energy. So there's a reason why we get feelings about people, or why dogs don't like certain humans, or like you know, it's all about your feelings. And again, to go to our feelings and to trust our feelings, we have to connect to our body. So I think a lot of women go, I don't know if this is my anxiety or my intuition. Yeah. And I always say, you kind of know it's in your anxiety when perhaps it's coming from a place of fear and it's like super in your head. You kind of go, oh, I don't think that's my intuition because it's coming from like I'm scared of the outcome, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Whereas like your intuition, it's like a full body, like in your gut. You're like, yeah, I can feel that's probably a bit scary, but I'm leaning forward. Like I know that that's the right step to take.
Yeah.
I always like to tell my clients of like how it feels in your body. Yeah. You know, but how do we connect to the body? You need to go to your breath.
Well, that's right. Wow. You're so informed and you're obviously very knowledgeable. Would you say that you already had this type of mindset before you realized that breathwork was your path, or have you developed that?
I think I realized a bit before breathwork. I think I started this whole sort of spirituality kind of wellness probably when I was like maybe 17, like 16, 17. I remember I was working in real estate and I was doing letterbox drops, and on YouTube I started listening to Tony Robbins and I was like listening to like motivation, Tony Robbins, like Oprah, like Denzel Washington, like YouTube morning motivation. I was like, I can do this. I can change my life. Like, woohoo. So it started there, and I think I had this kind of like, ooh, like through all of my pain and my adversity and all that kind of stuff, hopefully then to share it with other people, because it's all well and good for me to learn all these things.
Yeah.
But like, I was talking to some girls yesterday because we were chatting. They're lovely, owner of Stacks, Matilda, and a girl called Georgia who works for Till. And we were just talking, and I was like, yeah, membership's going well, blah, blah. And then I was like, but I don't know if it's good. Like, what's success? And then like Georgia was just like, well, think of like how many people, she was like, I was saying that my events like sell out in 2 days. She's like, that is so successful. And then like my other friend who's helped me with my business, he was like, Eddie, like just think like the meaning of success, like if there's just one person whose life you have changed through handing them this modality of breathwork, like that's pretty successful. Absolutely. And I've had hundreds of people that I've helped with. So I just went on such a tangent, but it's interesting to I think it's all well and good learning all of these modalities and these things, but I think what's even better is to share it, because that's very fulfilling. It feels very, very good for the body and the heart. And you want to keep going. And then I think if you're doing things from the heart and you're doing things for good, it can't really fail.
Yep.
I got to keep telling myself
that's
that.
True.
I was meant to say that.
Yeah, I know.
Because I get so in my head, I'm like, am I doing enough? Is everything okay? Everyone's like, how many members have you sold? I'm like, I don't know.
I love it. Okay, well, that leads quite well into my next section. So we're going to talk about the blueprint, basically going behind what it takes to actually create the community that you have and to create your new business, Bred, which I can't wait to dive into.
Thank you.
So what was the exact moment that you realized breathwork isn't just transformative, it was your path? And what made you realize that you want to impart it to other people and you want to change their lives?
Yeah, it's like crystal clear. This little so I was with my partner at the time and we were at his place and we were sitting down. He has a lot, like his family's place has a lovely backyard and there was like nature everywhere. It's like St Ives, like in the North Shore. I know where it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout out to Jacob, ex-boyfriend.
Thanks, Jacob.
Thanks, Jacob. And we were doing, I wonder if he cares that I say that. Whatever, doesn't matter. We were sitting down. We were sitting down at the end of his lovely backyard. We were doing a breathwork together. We were doing it on this app and it was like a 15-minute one and we just started getting in it together and we're sitting up, blah, blah, blah. And the second that I finished the breath work, I had this like, it felt like someone punched me in the body. Like it was so visceral and so intense. And it was like, whatever you want to call it, channel thought, download, ping, intuition, the divine, source, love, whatever, just coming through me. And it was like, you need to become qualified. You need to share this with as many people as you can. And I went, right, well, I've got to do that then. A week later, I rang the qualifications, like the company that I was going to do it through because they were the best at the time, rang them, had a call, spent my savings, was down in the mountains with my training like 2 months later.
Oh my God.
And it was just like, it was like someone was pulling me.
Yeah.
It was just like, you got to do this, you got to do this.
It was quite literally your calling.
Like truly, like it was so cool.
Yeah.
And so intense and such a knowing in my body. And I'm not going to lie, I had so many thoughts of like, no, but everyone's doing Pilates and everyone's doing movement and everyone's doing this. Like no one knows what breathwork is and no one did.
Yeah.
Maybe some people in like a different community that I follow on like Instagram, but anyone around me?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. No one had heard of it.
No. Wow, that is really special and serendipitous, I feel. Yeah. I mean, people spend so long waiting to understand what their calling is and what they should go into. And the fact that it was kind of in a way right in front of you and you knew straight away there's something in that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It was really cool and it was such a nice feeling and I felt very grateful. And then I sort of was just, it sounds cliche, but there is my life before I found breathwork and then there's my life after.
Yeah, wow.
Different.
How do they look different?
Oh my goodness. Firstly, I have no anxiety.
Yeah. Wow.
Just disappeared.
Must be nice.
I got you, girl. I've got you. I talk more like, I'll go more like science vibes. I just don't understand why we're not taught how to breathe properly. I remember when I was saying before I found breathwork, how I would do meditation and stuff. And I remember I was like, okay, the meditation people say to sit up straight and stick out your chest and, straight spine, blah, blah, blah. And then, focus on your breath. I couldn't breathe. No. I was just going like from my chest.
Shallow.
And then, exactly. And then I would get anxious and angry at myself that I wasn't breathing properly. And then I wouldn't meditate. Yes. And then I would go to the gym again for the fucking third time, like it was just like, it was ridiculous. And so when we learn how to breathe properly from our diaphragm, which people are like in the training I did call like our second brain, right? It just kind of sits here. I learned how to breathe properly, open up my diaphragm and start to just breathe slowly from my stomach. Oh my God.
Changed everything.
I was like, what? Like panic attacks, deleted, gone. Physical tension in my chest, gone.
Yeah.
Like so tight and clenched, gone. And I've had so many of my clients say the same thing. Like it's weird. So I wish that was taught at schools or something. Yeah. It's getting there. There's actually some primary schools that are doing like hum breath and box breath and stuff.
Wow.
I know.
Would you do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Yeah. Oh, good.
100%.
Okay, well, let's get into what you're up to. Bred.
Yes.
What is it?
Bred. So my business used to be called Sacred Sophie, which was named after my middle sister. Oh. But when I started getting into corporates, it was just a bit weird. Just a bit feminine. They're like, okay, we're working with like these lawyers and accountants and it's Sacred Sophie. Yeah, it just didn't match. So I actually thought of Bred in the shower because I was listening to Gwyneth Paltrow's podcast of Goop, and someone was asking her how she thought of the word goop.
Yeah.
And they were saying like Qantas, virgin, like it needs to be just like a really silly little like random word. And I was like, okay, I do breath work. My name's Eddie. And then I was like, Bred, like first two letters of breathe and my name Eddie. So it's BRED.
Yes.
And the concept is like get your daily bread.
Yep.
Bread it up.
I thought, yes. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I was thinking about it and I was like, it must be because bread's a staple.
Yes. Bread. Just get your daily bread.
Breathwork.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So there's lots of meanings to that.
Totally.
So great name.
Thank you.
And what does it look like?
So I teach Pilates as well.
Yeah.
And I teach at 2 Pilates studios and I teach the standalone breathwork classes. And then I run my own Bred method events, which is basically just modalities of like conscious movement, conscious breath. And when I say conscious movement, I really do mean like with each movement, you're with your breath. So you're quite present and intentional the whole time. Yep. And work with a lot of corporations and brands. Like I've been so grateful to work with brands like Dior and Cartier and LinkedIn and Whoop and so cool. Yep. Like again, I think timing is everything when people have gone, oh, this whole breathwork thing, there's something in it. And so, it's been amazing to work with these big, beautiful brands. And then I've just launched my business online. It's like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I was working on that for about 7 months in secret. No one knew.
Wow.
Really tested my patience and my resilience and my capacity to like hold stress. Like I love how I thought I was stressed before.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like it was very difficult because I was doing a lot of it myself.
Yeah.
I had a couple of people to help me with like the music and editing, but that's amazing. I launched that 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Basically they're like guided audio visual breathwork sessions. So a little bit different. And most of the breathwork sessions are just like a black screen, you press play. But these ones you can see me sort of teaching you how to breathe properly and taking you through the process if you want to keep your eyes open while you're breathing. But ideally you can close them. And they're into 6 categories. So you've got energy, sleep, transform, which is specifically to release stored emotions. They're a lot more intense, cycle syncing, and then pregnancy and focus. Yeah.
So cool. And so vast.
Cool. Yeah. And we're adding so much more stuff to it. It's going to be like, I think very, very cool.
It is. It's already cool and it's so different.
So different.
Yeah. I love it. So how did you navigate the evolution from idea to your offering?
So I have lots of ideas, but it's obviously the execution of doing it. I've said to a few people, I've never worked on something that's taken so long, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you're into astrology, but like I'm a rising Aries. So like I'm very much like if I get an idea, I'm impulsive and like I don't give a shit how much it costs. It's just like do it. This has been really beautiful for me to learn of like just like chip away. Like it doesn't have to be always go, go, go and you get the outcome straight away. Like this outcome has been 7 months and then you launch it and then there's more outcomes. Like it's chipping away. Like I want to build an empire, a business. Like it's not just like, hey, let's just get it out there, you know?
Exactly. So it's considered.
Yeah, it's considered. And that has been, I think, really good for like my skills, like learning all these back end things that I truly don't care about. I just want to teach breath work. But it's like, oh, you've got to
They're
make
critical. You've got to go through the motions.
The other day, so I sent like a free month to my first 100 members and I sent the wrong thing and I was like, oh my God. And then I'm like calling Moments and they're an American business. So I have to wait till nighttime and people are like, oh,
you're like on the phone.
Eddie, we got the free month and it's not working. I'm like, why isn't anyone helping me? Like it was so, but that's so good to learn all those things. And my brain has been so stimulated learning so much of like actually what it takes to like run a business and own a business and then looking into getting people to come work for me next year. Like that's so cool.
It's really exciting. But you're right. You can't learn unless you just do it.
Do it yourself. Yeah. My mentor, like my whole life, her name's Tommy, and she's like, learn it. Just do it yourself. And I'm like, I just want to pay someone to do it.
No, you just got to jump in.
You like, I don't have that money. So it's like these little stages and like evolution and like, so rewarding. But like, I think to kind of answer your question, going from idea to the actual execution is like little baby steps every day. I mean, sometimes I don't take that advice and it's all consuming. I'm up in the middle of the night. Like I do believe you have to be a little bit obsessed.
Oh, yeah.
Or very obsessed.
Very.
I am very obsessed.
You have to be passionate. And you are.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Tell.
I'm like, Breathwork.
No, but that's honestly the key to success. I mean,
I think so.
You meet people who start these businesses. You don't know why they started. They say they started because they saw a gap in the market.
Yes.
A gap in the market. It's not necessarily a good idea.
Yes. Well, yeah. I remember I was like out to dinner with some friends and I hadn't met this person before. And he said, oh, so like, what are your hobbies? Like, what do you do in your spare time? And then my other friend sitting next to me was like, she just works. And I was like, oh. Like, I realized I don't really have hobbies or socialize or go out that much. He was like, and he kind of answered for me. He was like, all she does is work on her business.
But I'm like, doubles as a hobby though.
But you know, it's interesting. Like,
it is interesting.
Because, you know, then I go into like, well, you do need to listen to your body. You do need to have that yin yang sort of balance. But yeah, building a business with something that you're obsessed with. Yeah. And it's personal. Like, I've put everything into it. Like, when I launched, I was like, no one's going to like it. Everyone's going to hate it. And then, that went the opposite. So it's like, just keep going.
Exactly. And then every little win, because it's your baby, you feel so accomplished. Mm-hmm. In saying that, I mean, you always, and I can tell by talking to you that this is probably characteristic of you as well, you just keep raising the bar. Yeah. So what I've learned is that just trying
I need to
stay
do
conscious.
That.
I know.
I need to do that. Why do we not? Can you shed some light on this? I'd love to know.
I guess there's a fine line between ambition and impatience. Yeah. And that's something that I'm trying to navigate and I have for a long time.
Yeah.
And I'm still working on it. So I can't impart advice at this moment. But when I figure it out,
but that's why we're here together, right? That's why we come together to talk about it. I need to do that. When I launched, it was on November 1st and it was before I was teaching in Bondi and I was staying at Curly and I got up at like 4:30 a.m. and then I launched and like I was with my mentor and I made her a coffee and she was like so angry at me. She was like, you're already thinking about what's next. And I'm like, fuck, it is true. We have to just, good job.
I know.
Yeah, it's a thing.
But yeah, it's the long game.
Maybe we should help some people with that.
Can you help me with that?
Seriously, anyone shed some light about it.
Okay. Breathwork is obviously really intimate.
Yes.
It's energy heavy.
Mm-hmm.
How?
Can be, yes.
Yes. It can be. How do you scale something so experiential in a world where we're pushing everything to be more digital, faster, mass produced?
Yeah, such a good question. So this is where I feel like I have, if I don't say so myself, I have sort of bridged the gap a little bit in terms of kind of what we said at the beginning of the chat. You were sort of saying like when using the word trauma or like emotional releases. And I think there is one aspect of that where breathwork is like, you know, releasing stored emotions and maybe freaking seeing spirits and someone's passed from the other side and you have okay, there's that side. And then there's also this other side, which is like the science behind it and the like ease, like the easy part behind it, which is like just consciously breathing. And so I think what I've done with the Bred method is brought these sort of two things in the middle of being like, guys, this is really simple. Like the focus series is only 5 minutes. If you want to go and do the focus series, these are the 3 main things it's going to do for you. It's going to bring you in your parasympathetic. It's going to lower your cortisol. It's going to regulate your blood pressure. And it's going to have you feeling calmer and more grounded. If you want to go to a transform series and do 35 minutes, you are most likely going to release stored emotions, suppressed emotions, and go on a much deeper layer. This is where I think I've been able to bridge the gap of like breathwork doesn't need to just be this and doesn't need to just be that.
Yeah.
Like it can be so easy. There is a breathing technique for whatever vibe you're feeling, right? Like one for energy, one to get to sleep, one to release stored emotions, one to enhance your clarity and focus. And so that's what this portal is, right? Like you can do this every single day and we would know, right, by now when practiced consistently, that's where you'll feel the shift. And the people that have signed up are like, holy shit, I've been doing this every morning. I've already chosen my one for the next day. Like I love it so much. Like that's so good because you can choose ones on there for 5 minutes or you can go a little bit deeper and do 35 minutes. You know?
I do.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You don't really realize that there's a different series for everything that you're feeling. Like
totally.
At least this is obviously a misconception. When I think breath work, I'm like, oh yeah, it's just breathing to fix everything. You know?
And so that's why it was so good. Like it's so good that like you're like the perfect like candidate that goes, oh, this is what I think breathwork is. And then it's like, I'm coming to be like, oh, no, like you can have this or this. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? And it's no one's doing that. Like no one's, like I think I've just made it really relatable.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, oh, well, if it works for her, like why can't it work for you?
Yeah. And it's you're relatable.
Yeah. Thank you.
You know?
I think I am. Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like that's what people are buying into.
Yes.
They trust you first and then they trust your practice.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, the relatability is so important because, again, I'm not going to feel safe and want to like necessarily let go with you if like, you know, I'm not relating to what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I guess I think being a female as well, that's like a lot of, obviously my clients are mostly women, but a lot of men as well. But I think, you know, there's that sort of instinctual like nurturing and maternal and that sort of thing. And I think that is like quite a beautiful quality as well.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
What is a parasympathetic?
Great question. What is a parasympathetic?
That's just been like, oh, you said it about 5 minutes ago and I'm
like a parasite or something. That's a good point. I should probably clarify this. Okay. So we have our nervous system.
Yep.
And we have kind of like, imagine a car like shifting gears. Like we have 2 gears, right? When we get into fight or flight, sympathetic nervous system, where we seem to think a tiger's chasing us, but like it's not. It's just like a work email or something, or like, I don't know, like the door's not unlocking with your keys and we go, oh my God, it's like pathetic, like grow ups, calm down. Lol, used to be me, still is sometimes. So we have these 2 systems. A lot of us are operating in fight or flight. A lot of us are operating in our sympathetic nervous system.
Why is that our natural instinct?
I think because all of us, it could be so many things, but I think we're all so overstimulated. Yeah. We're all so go, go, go. We're all so, I mean, we're all so in our masculine. We're all so like we have to achieve, we have to hunt, we have to get it done. And then we burn out or we get sick. And also the culture of like being burnt out for a while there was like cool, like hustle. Any female that says I've got to hustle, I want to kill them. Yeah. I don't want to hustle.
No.
I want to relax sometimes, depending on where I'm at in my cycle. That's the other thing, right? Again, getting a little bit off track. But I think the reason why it's our main thing is because of all of those sort of symptoms and things.
Yep.
When we're in our parasympathetic, our rest and digest, that's where we're feeling calm. So many of my clients were in their parasympathetic, and I feel like you would probably be similar because I was too, just going off like our sort of energies and stuff, how we're kind of chatting to each other. When you do a breathwork session, you're in your parasympathetic. So many women go, I feel so tired. Like, I just want to go to sleep. That's because we've been operating in this fight or flight, in this sympathetic system for like years, right? And then you shift into parasympathetic and you just go, oh my God. And something I said to my dad the other day is like, healing is exhausting.
Yeah.
Because your body is finally feeling safe to like unwind and like soften, you know?
What did he say?
Who, my dad?
Yeah.
I think he was like, fuck.
I love your dad.
Really? Yeah, my dad's the best human ever.
Don't know your dad, but I love your dad.
Yeah, shout out to dad. We've done a lot of shout outs to some people on here. Ex-boyfriends, dad.
They're all influential.
Yeah, they're all important. They're all big pillars in the life.
Yeah.
So yeah, we operate better when we're in our parasympathetic. We operate better when we're calm, and we operate better when we're feeling regulated. And it's really important to be in that system and in that sort of in that state as much as we possibly can. And it might take some time, which is why consistently practicing just 5 minutes of breathwork a day, it will feel weird, it will feel strange, but you start to feel more calm and more regulated, more grounded, more present, less reactive.
Literally, just talking about this, I'm like,
yeah.
So this is.
I'm going to send you a month, don't worry.
I'll be signing up today. Okay, let's go back to you.
Okay.
We're going to go into in good taste.
Okay, I love this.
So I want to hear your icon, your indulgence, and your inspiration. So start with your icon.
My icon, like who I'm like love and just look up to. Oh my God. Okay, two people come to mind. I love Margot Robbie, obviously. Obviously. I mean, I think she's just beautiful and wise and amazing and
she's authentic.
She's real. Yeah, she feels very real to me. And like some people have said that I look like her, so I just go, well, I'm just going to take it.
You actually do. You look like a combo of Blake Lively and Margot Robbie.
Stop. So I think when someone said that, I'm like, oh my God, like she was on my vision board, like when I was doing acting. So I think she's just beautiful. Another icon that I absolutely look up to would probably be this lady called Melissa Wells. Like maybe, I'm not sure if you've heard of her, but I just follow her on Instagram. She's just truly inspiration where I want to be in my life. She built a business. She's like a feminine embodiment coach, and she just talks about like how everything stems from like our self-love and loving ourselves, and then you can truly desire and attract anything you want in your life. She's just gotten married, and then she had like 2 kids within 2 years, and she was single for this long, and she talks about relationships, and her energy is just so beautiful and real. And one day I'll do her course. It's very expensive, but I love her. Yeah, worth it.
Absolutely. Okay, indulgence, something that you would never give up.
I love reality TV.
Yep.
It's so good.
What do you watch?
I just watched Selling Sunset like that.
I just finished it as well.
It's so good.
It is really good, I have to say.
What's the other one? OC?
Yeah, not good. I didn't like it.
I'm not a fan of it. The other one's a lot better. And Housewives, obviously.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I'm not into like the Kardashians or anything. I don't know why.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't. Yeah, it doesn't. And then that is definitely an indulgence. And then just like, what else do I do? That's probably it.
Yep.
Reality TV. Yeah.
I literally feel sick saying this, but I've been watching Love Island.
Okay, I've never watched that, and my sisters are obsessed.
I never thought I would.
And you love it.
Well, it was on, okay, in my defense. And I watched like 20 minutes and I was like, fuck, I need to see the next episode.
Like you just loved it.
And it's on every day. I've been watching it every night this week.
But you like it. It's an easy watch. It does something to us. We feel kind of like safe and familiar.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that they make a mockery of them, which is, it's quite funny.
So that's
it's
even
kind
funnier.
Of awful, but it's funny. I thought it was, everyone takes it really seriously, but there's a humorous aspect.
Yes.
I didn't realize that. So it's actually really quite nice to relax and not.
Totally. And almost like, you know, you're not there, which is good.
That's right. Exactly.
You're not on Long Island.
Inspiration.
Could
be a thing or a person, alive or dead. Someone you know, someone you don't.
My inspiration would probably be Somi, who's like my mentor / second mother / like my whole life. I met her like a couple of years ago through Breathwork, and we just had an automatic connection. She would definitely be my inspiration. The amount of pain and grief and things that she's been through and somehow overcomes and is just always gives love, always is heart-led, always is real. It's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, what a wonderful person.
Yeah.
We're going into unfiltered, which are the more hard-hitting questions.
Okay, I love. Let's go.
What's a moment in your journey that felt like a near failure or a real emotional threshold, you can say, and what did it teach you about yourself?
Breaking up with my last boyfriend.
The one that
No, not that
No,
one.
not that
We
one.
love him. He's a good guy.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. Breaking up with him was very difficult.
Yeah.
And challenging.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot about myself.
Yeah.
And it helped me a lot with my self-worth.
Mm-hmm.
And the second that I ever feel, if my intuition is telling me something, I'm going to listen straight away.
Yeah.
I'm not going to wait a couple of months.
All right. Another hard-hitting one.
Love.
Going a bit deeper.
I love. Okay.
From my understanding and what I've learned from you today.
Yes.
Breathwork requires holding space for people in vulnerable states.
Yeah.
What has that emotional labor, if you could call it that, taught you about yourself?
That I'm very strong.
Yes. Yeah. Have you always been, or is that something you had to train yourself into?
No, I think I've always been.
Yep.
Yeah. I think I've always been. Maybe it's like, because I'm like older sister vibes.
Yes.
Like, you got to kind of,
Yeah. I'm younger sister, and I can definitely see that in my older sister.
We do carry a lot. Like, we're sort of like the older.
True.
Yeah.
It's true. And you do feel some sense of kind of like liability.
Yes.
For your younger sister.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God, I've got 2 of them. I'm like, like a lion and her cubs. Yeah.
Wow.
No, I think I've sort of always known that, and it comes quite naturally to me. I think it's in my nature, and I think it was definitely what I was like meant to be here to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I can see that in your practice.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. What's next for Bred? What's next for you? Where do you want to be in, let's say, 5 years?
Oh, 5 years. Okay, so how old am I? 32. Married and kids. Yeah, I want to be a mum ASAP. Yeah. Like, love building a business, don't get me wrong. It's very fulfilling, but like,
you can do both.
Yeah, since like 14, I'm just like, I'll touch my tummy sometimes and be like, I want kids. And any guy that I sort of meet, I'm going, by the way, I want to get married and have kids like very soon. Yeah. I would love to, in 5 years, I would love to have children, be a mum.
Yeah.
Be in a committed relationship and have my business like thriving online, and we're doing really big things for the subscription and what we're adding and what we're doing. So yeah, just building from where I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, looking at where you are now, I cannot wait to see where you are in 2, 3, 5 years.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm so happy for you, and I'm so proud of you, even though I met you today. Can you believe it?
We're best friends, everyone.
And it was so nice chatting to you. Before, I know, like in some previous life. I don't know. But thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.